Welcome back to episode 7. We're going to go to the more interesting part of this chapter, the diner. The diner is where everything starts to pick up. It slowly gets better from here, but the puzzles are atrocious. Now here we can see Nathan confronting the security guard. Max sort of says that they're talking. They're really bitterly arguing. It's not like they're on the same team. So here we're gonna see the bus driver's face, and it's nobody we know. Which is a fun kind of way to set up for a future scene. Whenever you can, you should try to set up the fact that if an NPC is in a role, and you know for a fact that there's going to be another NPC in that role later, it's good to make sure that we see the original NPC so that we know it's changed. Now here we're going to get introduced to the city. We have a fairly long scene of us driving around here. Half of it is hiding loading, and the other half is just letting the music play. But basically, this town is dying. It's almost dead, and the rest of this chapter is devoted to showing us that. And it really does shine. It does this extremely well. The pacing gets much better, and the feel of the game starts to really shine. The first time I saw this, I thought she was going to fall asleep. Get driven all the way to Canada or something. But, nope. Can't skip cutscenes. Make sure that you can in your game. Here's the lighthouse in the background, and we can also see that the beaches are bare and flat. Yep, look at those flat beaches. Absolutely nothing on them. We're even given one more shot of the very flat beaches. And, of course, the lighthouse. The only whales we can see are on top of the diner, which is the Two Whales Diner, which is run by Chloe's mom. Well, that song's gonna get me a lot of YouTube strikes too, isn't it?
It's mine.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I'm gonna be a millionaire. Hope nobody steals my lottery.
Talk about going back in time. The diner looks exactly the same.
So we have a bunch of locals we can talk to, and they'll give us the information about how the city is going to crap. This lady's looking for a second job because the job she has here doesn't pay enough, and that guy is desperately buying lottery tickets. Over here, we can see Frank. Hey, Frank, how's it going? Feeling good? Nobody shot you yet? Don't worry, we'll get there.
There was something creepy about that guy and his dog.
This guy is going to tell us that Arcadia Bay is empty of fish. We're not going to talk to any of these people because it takes time. So we're just going to move right along. We are going to talk to the homeless lady because that will save her life. And I like saving people's lives.
Hello.
Oh, look at you. A fine example of youth. I bet you're a senior student.
Yes, I go to Blackwell Academy.
I could tell you're a wise young woman.
Notice that they put a special
all
light
about
into this
Blackwell.
corner, specifically so that we can see her. Otherwise, she would be in the pitch black. So if you were doing real-time shadows, for example, this whole corner would be in the dark.
How long have you lived in Arcadia Bay?
1,000 years. I've gone through the same changes as the town.
You got bought by the Prescotts?
What happened to you?
What didn't happen to me? Sometimes you start out in life turned around the wrong way. I married dumb, made mistakes, got cheated out of my savings, lost my home, and now I hang out here.
I'm sorry. Have you ever lived outside of here?
Where the hell
I
would
hate
I
the
go?
sun, and I love the
I
mist.
hate the sun and love the mist.
Boy, are you in
I
the
might
right
be
town,
homeless,
lady.
But Arcadia Bay is still my home.
I don't know if we
You
have to
must
talk
know
about
Joyce
Joyce
Price
Price to
from the
save her
Two
life,
Whales
but
Diner.
I guess I will.
She's fed me more than my own family. How's a daughter your age who's always in trouble? Married to a real prick.
Yep, that's the one.
Have you met Joyce's daughter?
Cute girl. Pissed off. I used to see her and her pretty friend, Rachel, around a lot.
Oh, look, we can talk about Rachel Amber.
I have
Let's
to go
not.
now. Goodbye.
So here Chloe ditches us for a couple of minutes. So I like this level design. Normally in these kinds of games, or in any kind of game, when there is a cul-de-sac like this, there is some kind of treasure at the end or something to reward you for coming down here. But what I like about this particular reward is that it folds back into the level and references the things that were on the other side. We can take a special photo of this dog, specifically because we've come down to the end of this hall, this alley. So rather than rewarding us with something that's in the alley, they've rewarded us with something that's not in the alley, but we had to go down the alley to access it. And it feels kind of natural. I kind of like how it works. So, you know, if you're designing a level, don't forget that you can loop it back onto itself relatively easily. Be clever with your levels.
Man, that smell of breakfast and the sound of clanging silverware makes me feel 13 again.
Well, this is a pretty large area, and it's designed to be reused. There's a lot of things, a lot of places that can be set up in different ways and used for different things throughout the course of the game. And we can talk to these two if we really want to, but the gist of it is this is the guy we saw outside of Dana's room. He's hooked up with Dana, and his buddy really wanted to hook up with Dana, and now he can't. We can talk to the cop, we can talk to the trucker, we can talk to the lady from Minneapolis, but we're not gonna. Head into the bathroom. Lots of unfortunate stuff written on the walls. We're gonna see a lot of unfortunate stuff written on the walls of this bathroom over the course of the game. All of this stuff is great for building the world of Arcadia Bay. By the time you're done wandering around here, you should have grasped pretty thoroughly that Arcadia Bay is pretty hopeless. Notice that we have walked from the shadow into the light, and now we are seated with our back to the light. And this is the beginning of the improved blocking.
And there she is. A lovely young woman. How are you doing,
Our
Matt?
conversation
Joyce.
with Joyce is pretty well done. Joyce stands above us the whole time, and we look up to her, which is literally what Max does. Max looks up to Joyce quite a
No,
bit.
like, you still look pretty.
Nice save, kid. You're still smart.
The two of them aren't exactly arguing or
But not
anything,
that smart.
but they
Now,
do
you got the
they do
smoking
have a
hot.
little bit of contention, and I think it
I heard
adds to the
whole
feel
sordid
quite a bit.
Story from David. I'm sorry this was how you had to meet him. He's a good
And
man.
our light
No matter
that
what
cuts
Joyce
across
said.
our face like that,
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it
sure.
serves well for
I
the
don't
kind
even
of
smoke
mood
weed,
that Max is in,
ever.
as opposed to the
It was almost an
much
accident.
softer lighting
Very
on
stupid.
Joyce's
I'm
face.
sorry.
It surprised me fierce. I was hoping you could be a good influence in her life now.
I will be. Promise. I know things were hard for you and Chloe. I feel bad I didn't call. Now my folks are in Seattle and I'm all alone at Blackwell. It's my karma.
You did the right thing. You moved forward with your life. I did after William passed on. Chloe chose to stay angry. Anyway, I hope we see more of you. Chloe needs an old friend again.
Joyce, I am so sorry about William. I have great memories of him.
I'm glad, Max.
He has a good voice actor too.
That was his gift to us. Wonderful memories. Even if Chloe doesn't understand yet.
So I love choices like these. These don't make any difference to the plot, but they do let us establish how we, the player, feel about Chloe and our relationship with Chloe. And so it's
Chloe
fun to give the player those kinds
understands
of
she just
options.
needs
You don't have to give the player options
I
of,
know
you
that
know,
sucks.
good versus evil or whatever.
She
You
hit
can
all
just
the
give them stuff like
phases.
that. And I know that I've said that
Running
before.
away,
As the game goes on, we'll probably catch on that there are about 10 lessons we can learn, and we're going to learn them a couple of times each.
I see why. I mean,
Do you? He's not as much of a hard ass as you think. But you did tell him you had a joint, right? You took that responsibility?
I did. And I am sorry. I don't want Chloe in any more trouble. Or me.
Nobody's in trouble over a doobie, Max. And I admire that you took the heat for Chloe.
I really hate
Like a
their
great
hair.
friend. But Chloe does push David, and it's not fair. He paid his dues in a war.
So here we're getting hints
does
that
care
there's a
about
lot
her.
of stuff
Love
going on in
all the
David's
students
head.
that
He's
got
suffering from severe PTSD, and there's really no way to treat it because, unfortunately, he doesn't have any cash, and this is not the kind of town where you can easily go and see a counselor.
Yeah, she does provoke people, especially David. I just want us to be a family soon. I guess it's all about time.
I think you're right, Joyce.
Is it all about time?
Now let's get down to the nitty.
I've skipped over most of the conversations, so we have skipped over most of the thematic phrases. But boy, that one gets thrown around a lot. Like if we talk to the cop later on, he's like, "If I could just go back and change that one moment."
The last good Belgian waffle I had was here when I was 13 years old. So, bring it on.
I really
Now
like the
finish your coffee.
harsh rim light that Max gets in this scene. I think it serves the whole conversation dynamic well. But
One Belgian waffle for
at
the
this point,
hungry
we're
girl.
being trained to look around. We're being told that there's nothing to do besides
I
actually
love the
just
delicious
observing the
Belgian
rest of the
breakfast.
crew here and everything we can see. There's no way to get up, no way to do anything valid or interesting. I guess we can drink some coffee. But the whole reason that we are put in this situation
This
is
is
because
like fourth dimensional deja
we are
vu.
going to have to observe
Keep going
this whole
back in
area
time.
as
A
a
diner, not a bar.
as a puzzle.
No beer?
One of the worst puzzles in the
Looks like
game.
You had plenty. Stick with bacon.
Come on, bring me my Belgian waffles.
Order ready.
Waffles, 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 waffles.
No beer? What kind of dive is this?
Incoming.
There is a lot of waiting in this particular scene, and it's made a lot
I
worse
can hear
because if
your
you accidentally
stomach
rewind at the
rumbling
wrong
from
time, you have
here,
to wait
Max.
through it all again.
Here, you'll love this.
I'm drooling like a baby.
Still can't believe
Comedically enough, there is a right and a wrong choice as to what to order for breakfast here. The only difference is a couple of words that they say, but it's still, the Belgian waffles give you more conversation and much more personality.
Max, together again.
I like the blocking here quite a bit. Watch every move Chloe makes here, body language and her movements across the area. Watch when she perches next to Max briefly and then stalks
Please do
away.
not give Max any shit for that. She apologized.
I know she did. Max is a good girl. Woman. She's 18 now.
Too old to get lectures from you or Sergeant Pepper.
Call him David if you don't want to be lectured. You only get one damn slice of bacon a day.
So here is where she'll perch
guys
for
are
a
still
short
listening.
while, say a
Another
couple of
reason
small
to blow this
phrases,
town.
and then she'll go off and do something and then
Where's the
come
shit in the
back.
jukebox?
This kind of pacing might seem pointless. It might seem pointless to have her go
Now that
over there and
that's
change
out
a
of the
song
way.
on the jukebox, but it means a lot to the overall feel of the game. And even when
Let's
she
talk
dives
about
in
your
like
superpower.
that,
I don't
she's
have
changing the
any
tone of
explanation.
the whole place by
Can't
walking
explain
in.
why I
It's
saw
a
crazy fucking
very
thing.
typical way to do things, and it's a great way to do that kind of subtle hint, kind of
This is
subtle
all
theming.
happening so fast.
We'll start slow. Right here, now.
So here comes
I can tell you
the
every
dumbest
single
part
thing
of this game.
You have X-ray vision.
We've decided that we're going to tell her future,
Let me see.
because we have forgotten that we can just grab something, rewind time, and still be holding it.
Impress me.
So the puzzle here should be, I am going to pick that shit up off the table, rewind time, and give it to you.
Okay,
But
so
instead,
let me
what we
show you
have to do is
exactly.
memorize all this shit.
That was beyond epic fail. You even made me want to believe you.
Oh, you know what? I think I better look at it because As I recall, there are lots of
Okay,
stupid parts
study
where
every
you
item
actually have
carefully
to
and don't
have
forget
looked at
anything.
something all the way to the end. Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
this,
see?
Max. Now
So if we
rewind.
had rewound there, we would have had to sit through that again. And it's not the only time in this place. How about I take a picture of you,
This is
like,
me telling you
kung fu
what's
kicking
inside.
the
Okay,
trucker
Max.
over there,
How
and then
about-
I'll rewind, and I'll have a picture of you kung fu kicking the trucker.
I'm pretty sure you have cigarettes on you.
Yes, you know I'm a smoker. But how many cigarettes?
7 cigarettes.
A superpower that allows you to count cigarettes. Cool. Amazing. Something else in my pockets?
Now, I'm not going to comment on the quality of the puzzles in the game too much, because obviously the game is not big about puzzles. But in this case, there are so many things that could have been put in here that would have made the
Not
point
bad, Supermax.
much more
You do have that
interestingly.
Irish luck, Caulfield. What else?
I would have loved to pick something stupid that she would go do, and then take a picture of it and rewind time and show her the picture of her doing something stupid. I think that would have
Clearly
been a
I'm
great time to
much do I
inject
have?
some personality into their relationship. The ability to
86 cents.
declare
Enlarge
something
our
like,
database.
you know,
So that was cool.
go kick
Show
the
me more.
boxer, go kick the trucker, or you know, go dance on top of the table or whatever.
A parking ticket.
You know me well.
Because then you could see
what was the
how
exact
well
time I was
Chloe
busted?
would respond to being asked to do stupid things,
10:34 a.m.
and how much she trusts or
Tell
doesn't trust
time.
Max. Which would later give us an opportunity to see how much that has changed in the next chapter or two. Unfortunately, instead we got this.
Amazeballs. I literally just got chills all over my neck.
She's such a great actress, though. The voice actress who does
You have
Chloe
powers.
is really good.
I'll take that crap off the table, Chloe.
Sure,
Actually,
Mom.
Joyce's voice actress is pretty good, too. She's better as Joyce than as the homeless lady.
How's the food, Max?
Better than I remembered.
Very good save.
Man, I'm hungry like the wolf.
That doesn't mean what you think it means. Or if it does, you're going about it the wrong way.
Freaking out about what just happened. You have to show me more. Something way cooler so I will believe you without any doubt.
So here's the observation puzzle, and this is
I will
really
predict the
obnoxious.
future.
No way.
Because there are a lot of events that you have to observe, and if you observe them all and then rewind, it doesn't count. You have to wait until everyone's done commenting on them.
Did you break another cup? Really? No refill for you.
Shh. Now I gotta take this call and leave my breakfast. Hey, where is my partner?
You're a dick.
Don't slap me, bitch.
And if it's your first time, you'll probably have to do it twice.
He started it.
I'm finishing it.
And here's the one that you probably wouldn't have guessed, or you wouldn't have thought to look at. By the time you look over here, after you hear the change, it's too late.
That's the best song I've
This
heard
is
yet.
sure
But
the
you can't
hell
rewind
better
now, you have
than
to wait.
other Garbage.
I think our jukebox is headed for Davy Jones's locker.
Do you?
So
I think you're
what
right.
Are you waiting for?
I'm going to predict 4 events that will happen in the next 30 seconds or so.
That's definitely much easier than
The
just
trucker drops
grabbing
his
her
mug
keys and
Joyce
rewinding
breaks
time.
him a new one.
So what happens next?
The cop gets an emergency alert on his radio, and his partner in the car leaves without him.
Well, let's just see how this goes down.
Justin and Trevor are fighting, and Joyce breaks it up.
This is getting good. Can't wait to see what happens.
The jukebox goes crazy as a cockroach crawls on it.
Pretty bizarro, Max. But let's see if everything happens like you said.
Gosh, it would have been so much better to tell Chloe to go do something ridiculous while I take a picture.
Oops.
Did you break another cup?
Oh, way to
really?
go, Mom.
No refill for you.
Shh. Now I gotta take this call and leave my breakfast.
But I do like the change in the
Hey,
camera
where's my
angle. We're no longer looking from Max's
called it.
perspective.
He's off to
We're
go
now
up
looking
some
from
stairs.
Chloe's perspective,
You're a
which
dick.
shows us that we're no longer making choices, we're now observing outcomes.
He started it.
I'm
And that is actually
Trevor
rather
and Justin
nice.
Must be in love.
In fact, they go so far as to block us out of the shot.
I pledge allegiance to Max and the power for which she stands.
This isn't a toy, Chloe. I do have to be careful how I use it.
Screw that! What? Of course it's a toy. The best toy ever? You can bang anyone with no strings attached.
Yeah,
Rewind
sure, if
time
I'm
and
really fast about it.
Grow up.
Can I get done in 30 seconds? Because that's about how far I can rewind.
That's what I did.
You can rewind time, Max. That's fucking insane. We have to play.
I don't have time.
You did not just say that. Check out your nose.
So this is another one of the flaws. In their desperate attempt to be as soap opera-y as possible, Max's power has literally every bad side effect that a time travel power has ever had in any fiction. It's really over the top.
Show me the way to Chloe's cave.
And that's unfortunate because any one of the side effects would have been a really tight result. It would have been a great way to focus the story and the puzzles, and to make Max's downfall seem much, much more powerful and easy to predict. But because there are too many factors, too many side effects, it's hard to empathize with properly. This is the plot point that I got upset about. So we were talking to Kate, and we now know that Kate went through the exact same thing Chloe did, but Kate, not being a badass, actually got stuck with the consequences.
Okay, Supergirl, let's go to my secret place. Don't even answer. We have places to go and people to do. Come on, before Mom starts some more shit. Let's bail.
It's Kate Marsh from Blackwell.
Big what? You don't call me once in 5 years and now you're all over some biatch you see every day at school? I see how you roll. So go ahead, chat up Kate Marsh from Blackwell. I've got other people to hang out with too.
So, at this point, really all that needs to be said is she went through exactly the same thing you did, except she didn't escape. And instead, we're given these two options which make no sense. We could choose to either answer or not answer. You know, I've never tried not answering. Let's see what happens if we don't answer.
Later, Mom!
Bye, Joyce.
Freedom!
I feel bad about Kate.
She'll survive you not taking that one call.
Well,
Now
no, she
follow
won't.
me, young Squire Max, so we can seriously tap your power and rule the world.
Now, I don't
I hope Kate
think
doesn't get upset I didn't answer.
that you can do anything else with Chloe if you choose this route. I don't think it's like you can properly date her or anything if you don't do this. But I think
Okay, Supergirl, let's go to my secret place.
there's obviously no reason
Don't
not to
even
answer.
We have places to go. and-
Chloe gets in a fight with her mom, but she gets in a fight with her mom
Come on,
every
before
3
Mom starts
minutes
some more
anyway,
shit,
so
let's
who
Kate
cares?
Marsh from-
Anyone who picks don't answer probably has some very screwed up
What's on your
priorities,
plate? Don't let
but
your
I'm a
best
little bit
friend
worried
get
that
in
don't
the
answer
way,
might hide a couple more options for us interacting with Chloe later. I've
promise.
never actually
I won't
tested it.
forget. I swear. Just do your homework and don't stress. I really don't think we should go into this right now. I'll call you later, okay?
Thanks, Max. If you'd rather chill with Kate, please, go ahead.
You are ridiculous.
Now, in the long
I'm
run,
chilling
Chloe
with you,
does
okay?
apologize for
now,
misunderstanding what was
let's
going on
rock.
with Kate, but it's still obnoxious that we couldn't clear it up right here. Whatever.
Sucks that Chloe and Joyce got into an argument.
They get into like 10 every couple of hours. So we're going to stop here on episode 7, and we're going to pick up on episode 8, which is going to be our trash episode. Yay!